welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious and I'm a YouTuber based here in Lagos, Nigeria. Over the weekend, Nigerian gospel singer Osinachi Nwachwuku'S passed. I remember I was in church when I decided to just scroll to my phone through my phone and I saw the news. I couldn't read. I just swiped past and I told the person close to me this woman had passed. When I got home the next morning, I decided to go back to the news and read. Events surrounding her death, I just think her death is just something that is so heartbreaking. It is saddening, and I decided to give my take about it. It's disturbing. You know, at first the news came out and it was said that she had cancer of the throat. It's believable because most singers, especially when they take very high pitch, always, some of them have problems with their throat. So it was believable until people started opening up online. They started saying it was a lie. She didn't die as a result of throat cancer. She died as a result of domestic violence. We're here again. Same thing we've been saying over and over. As far as I'm concerned, the religious bodies I feel like they are not talking about it enough. I feel like the people out there that are not even religious, probably just the generation that is online, that could use the internet very well, keep speaking about it. But these ones that are not online, like older generations, they keep shying away from it, and now it's becoming very rampant. So when the news of her death broke, that she had throat cancer, and people started debunking the news that no, she didn't die of throat cancer, her husband killed her, allegedly, because he was beating her on the said night, not the day she died, 5 days before she died. He had hit her on her chest and she had pain on her chest, and she was rushed to the hospital where she was there and later fell into coma, and she never came out of coma. She died from there. It's a very sad situation because the woman, she was a bag of talent. Her songs were so inspirational, like it will move you, it must move you, you know. And it's so saddening that a talent like that was wasted for nothing. At just 42, some of her colleagues opened up, her producer opened up, you know. And I knew at some point I got to know that okay, she was a very strong member of Dunamis church, headed by Ponenenche. I know I've seen some videos of Ponenenche talking about domestic violence, and I've seen him categorically ask the women to leave. Not too long, I saw a video. Somebody posted a video where Ponenenche actually was saying, if you're in a domestic violence situation, take a leave. It's better you live alive than to live in a body bag. Then I kept trying to understand. If this man is preaching about domestic violence and he had somebody like that is a very big member of his church, the husband as a pastor in the church was in a domestic violence situation, what exactly happened? I was still trying to process that. Then the news about the interview that Vanguard granted the kids, her children, hit the internet. Nigerian newspaper, his first son was saying something like their father told them beating women, it's okay. Like, I couldn't contain the anger I had, and I'm trying as much as possible to speak in a very calm way because I want everything I'm saying to be heard. Mind you, the way I'm speaking does not depict the anger I feel, but I just want to speak in this manner, in this very calm manner. You see, when the boy said the father told them it's okay to beat women, I lost it at that point. I was like, this man didn't only kill her, he has impacted the very he has literally he has literally grown monsters under him, and it's going to take a lot. The kids are going to need therapy. One, to forget the fact that their father killed their mother. Two, to remove the type of training they are used to. Wow. Kept reading the boy's interview, and the boy gave an instance of a time where when when they are coming back from church, his father would chase the mom out of the car, and they would drive past her, and the mother keeps saying he was going to change, and she kept praying. I saw a couple of women, her twin sister came out again to give her account of what happened. It was heartbreaking. She even went to the extent of saying the man chased her out of the hospital, even when he had already beat her and she was admitted to the hospital. The woman requested that her twin sister be with her in the hospital, and he refused. The man is that mean. Like, he's literally a monster. That's what he's a monster. She came out, and her twin sister was saying she's been trying to get her out of the situation, but the Osinachi herself has always said it's a situation where she thinks prayer can handle, and she doesn't want the senior pastor, who happens to be Ponenenche, to know about it. Then it hits me. Like I said, I know that Ponenenche is very vocal about. I don't go to Dunamis, but I know he's very vocal about things like that. There are people I know speaks about these things. I know Ponenenche does. I know this particular pastor, Pastor Kingsley. I know he speaks about it. Then this Funke Adejumo, I know she speaks about it. Not enduring a domestic violence situation or a domestic violence marriage. I know they've always said to take a walk. So when the wife said, when the twin sister said, she asked them not to let the senior pastor know, then I knew that was where the problem is. But that, by the way, I'm coming to the church, and then I watched another video where a pastor, I think a pastor in Warri, was saying he invited her to church. And they wanted to have a program in church, and they invited her. The husband came with her. And he personally don't like people that are all about money. And the husband was all about the money. I think he said he told his other pastor that he's not interested in all this type of, if you're coming to work for God, you shouldn't be all about the money. And the other pastor says, see, whether he's asking for money or not, you cannot deny the fact that the wife has the talent. So they decided to go with the man. They decided to go with her, and she finally came. She came for the program. Guess what? She went back home. That's the pastor talking now. The pastor was recounting that when she went back home, the singer called him and was asking for money. Guess what? He had sent this payment for the woman's performance in her church to a month ago, meaning the man collected the money, made her come for the performance, and kept the money. We were not done with that. There was another chat when she had with her producer that depicts that she had a lot of songs that she wanted to produce, and she didn't want her husband to know about it. But the most painful one was what the kids, as in her son, was recounting as his experience with the dad. And at some point he said he's even happy the dad has been arrested. That's what we heard initially, that he had been arrested immediately she died. But we didn't know that the man was just at home having his time of his life, doing whatever he was doing, until a neighbor of theirs, now in Abuja, they reside in Abuja, one of their neighbor now came online and said the man has not been arrested, the man is still in his house. So the Ministry of Women Affairs has swung into action and ensured that he was arrested and put behind bars. As of today, I think they want to do an autopsy on this woman. This woman is gone and gone forever. That's it. That's it. That's the end of Solomon Grundy. If you look at the woman, you will know she suffered. When I heard she was 42, I literally shouted. I couldn't believe that woman was 42 years old. Like, she looked way older than her age. You would just know she was enduring. And there was a picture when she snapped with the man as she was laughing, suffering and smiling, literally covering up her pain. Now this brings me to the church. I think the church is not talking about this whole thing, especially about women, enough. After her death, we now saw a couple of people come online and started talking about it. A lot of pastors right now are coming out talking about it. If you are in a domestic violence situation, if your husband is hitting you, if it's an abusive relationship, leave. Before now, why have they not been talking about it? Why has there not been enough talks about it in church? The church as a body has a lot of hold on their followers, because there are people that are fanatics. They are not liberal when it comes to thinking. My pastor say, whatever the pastor said they should do, that's exactly what they do. Now your pastor goes home and you go back to the house and suffer it alone. A man is beating you, a man is abusing you, you know. People have died. It has been said over and over again that you can die, and you're there. This program, this judge was talking to a lady that said she couldn't leave, and she gave an illustration and said, okay, let's take for an example, you're sick, you have a disease. Yes, you've learned to live with the disease, but at some point you want the disease to go. You can't say you cannot live. You have a terminal disease, or you have a disease, you have a sickness that you've learned to live with because you think you can't do anything about it. But that doesn't mean you don't want it to go. At some point, if you have an option that, okay, this sickness should be lifted off you, I don't think you're going to take the option of, please, I've lived with this sickness for a long time, I've lived with this disease for a long time, I just want it to be here. You're going to pick the option that you are going to pick the option that you want the disease to go. When it comes to domestic violence, the pastor, the pastor's wife, the people in church that people hold in high esteem needs to talk about it more. But the problem is most of them are the monsters themselves. You didn't hear me. Most of the people who you run to in church are the monsters themselves. This said husband of the singer Osinachi is a pastor in the church, an ordained man of God in church, was beating his wife for years. I was coming to church, like, how do you sleep at night? The villagers have so much abused a lot of things. So you see, somebody like me, I understand the fact that I understand religion so much that I know that I come to you for prayer, I come to your church, let's fellowship together, does not make you different from me. I can have the same access you have to God. You don't get it. I can have the same access to you have to God. The difference is you're dedicating more time. If I dedicate same time, I'm going to get same result. Points blank, period. So I don't see you different in a different way. I don't see you in a different light. I don't see you like Moses. who God is going to send a message to come and tell me. You know, as a religious leader, they have two personalities, definitely. They always have two personalities. There's the spiritual part and there's the physical part. Most times the physical part is always nothing to write home about. Have you lived with this? Have you stayed very close to most of the spiritual leaders, most of these people that calls themselves religious people? The people that molest children are in the church. The people that molest kids underage are holding positions, are holding posts in church. The people that kill their wives are in church. The people that give their kids toxic environment to grow are pastors, elders, call them whatever you want to call them. They are in church, seated, pretending like nothing is happening. When people start learning to separate the spiritual part of your spiritual leader, your pastor, whatever, from his physical part, you start getting things right. Lots of people have different gifts in different places. Some people are not good relationship counselors. They will lead you astray. They will ask you, and God said you shouldn't leave. The Lord said you should. Even the Bible wants you to separate. You see, when I saw that news on Sunday, when I was in church, I was going somewhere with a few people from church. Unfortunately, my pastor was in the same car, and somebody raised the topic about this woman, this Osinachi woman, and she said, "Now, so this woman just died." And I immediately said, with my pastor sitting there, I said, "Religion, Christianity killed her. Period. You can't tell me nothing. Christianity killed her." You see, when you meet those people that they are sort of an SU, they don't put on earring, they take it overboard when it comes to spiritual stuff. Their mindset about some things, I don't want to blame them, because if religion chop you here, they will eat you finish. That's why you have to have your own mindset. And I told them in the car that day, I said, see, religion was what killed this woman. You need to be able to understand that apart from your spiritual life, you have a physical part. You have that part that can break down. You have a part that can die. Stop letting anybody telling you that be scared of the person that is going to kill how do they say, the flesh and cannot kill the soul. If you're dead, you're dead. Guess what? The most painful part of this whole thing is, see, God is very forgiving. No matter the religion you are from, God is forgiving. This woman have died. But the beautiful, the worst part about this whole thing? Do you know the husband can decide today, you put him in jail, he goes to jail forever. Yeah? And at the end of the day, he confesses, okay, he's sorry, he asks God for forgiveness. Do you know this man is still going to make heaven? That's how just God is. He's going to be forgiven. It's just as simple as that. Now the person that is dead is dead. Whether they kill him or they put him into life imprisonment. One, what has happened has happened. Two, somebody the life cannot return. That's the end of the life. Three, you've put the children, if care is not taken, they are going to become orphans. If you keep him in prison for the rest of his life, the kids are going to be, no, they don't have a father, they don't have a mother. These are vices that I think the church can stop. If you're coming with me to talk about religion, you better come correct. You see, when you attend these churches, especially that take all this religion thing to, you can't wear this, you can't wear that, you can't wear that. You are addressing the physical part of the people. Look at that woman, she doesn't wear whatever it is they call sin, but then she was suffering on the inside. Now she gets it on the outside, but inside she's dying. Look at the man, he looks, he wears the shirt, the trouser, he's not on dread, he's not on anything. Now you're addressing the physical part of these people that come to your church, and you're not addressing their major problem. Most of these people, like I said, hide under religion to do a lot. These people that calls themselves the religious ones hide. They're just walking devil. They are the Satan's distant cousins. Most of them, they're just devils walking or in the midst of humans. They are monsters. They are monsters. I feel so pained. I hope she gets justice. But at the end of the day, she gets justice, or she doesn't get justice, or the person that is dead. You that you are alive now, that you are still alive, watching me, if you're in that kind of situation, leave. See, there's not two ways about it. There are things you don't pray about. Don't waste your time. Prayer changes things, yeah, but you don't pray about it. I don't know how to put it. Stop wasting your prayer, as far as I'm concerned, because there are some vices you don't just sit down and you say you're praying about. It's like a man is cheating and you're committing him to the hand of God. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can commit your marriage to God's hands. That's your part. But somebody is cheating and you're praying. Remain there, be praying. He will bring the sickness of master and come and give you. Excuse me. You don't know. There are things you don't just. There are vices. You know that, okay, this is a character the person has. It's a character flaw. It has nothing to do with prayer. Somebody is beating you, and you're praying that one day he's going to change. How? What is going to change him? Angel Gabriel will come and wake him in the dream one day and tell him, do not beat your wife. If you beat your wife, you will not have money. If you beat your wife, it's a lie. He's still going to beat you because it's not going to happen. Prayer doesn't stop a man from beating you. A pastor can finish preaching. The different people don't know. A pastor can finish preaching. Immediately his anointing, immediately comes down. His anointing leaves. He becomes a monster that he is before he became a pastor. He's a monster. They don't pray it out. A monster is a monster, except he goes for therapy and he unlearns what he already knows and learn new stuffs. It's like, how do I make people understand? Somebody is an arm robber and you're praying. Let's I don't understand. It's something that is a flaw, like a character flaw. You can pray for grace. That's if the person that is doing it now, like, oh, let's take a cheat for an example. Oh God, I don't know how to control myself. I've gone overboard. I need your grace. That's a different thing. Now the person they do the prayer. You that he's cheating on now, you that they are beating. They are praying on his behalf. My husband, please, Father God. How do you even make the? How do you people tell God? How do you come up with the prayer? What do you say? Because I heard she said one day the man was going to change and she was praying. Please, in that prayer, I need to know what they say. Father, please bring my husband back home wherever he is in a woman. Mama, pray for your husband's safety. Pray for your husband's safety. If you are not comfortable with cheating, take a walk. Take a walk. Stop disturbing God. Some of us want to be billionaires, and we are still knocking on that door. This people are this whole God, please let my husband stop beating me. Are you okay? Let your husband stop beating you. He's not going to stop. If you do not take a walk, you're going to die. It's as simple as that. You see, there are things prayer don't change. There are things religion does not change. There are things going to church, being a pastor, being an elder does not change. It's a character flaw. He grew like that. Look at the man, he has trained his own sons, telling them it's okay to beat a woman. Now you're telling me how okay, if this boy grows up now and starts beating somebody's child, you will start asking the wife to pray against an attitude he started when he was a boy, that he has seen his father beat his mom, he has seen people that he has even seen the father kill his mom. And you waste your time and pray just because you want to be in such a situation because somebody said divorce is wrong. You see, that's why I like people that are not too religious. You know, that's why I like people that are not too religious. So like, look at Toyin Awani. She said it, if this husband fucks up, she will pick another one, making husband number 4. If that number 4 mess up, she picks another one. Life is not that difficult. Stop making it difficult for yourself. It's as simple as that. There's something called emotional abuse, verbal abuse. You know, I'm not saying verbal abuse, emotional abuse is okay. Like I said, when you can't handle it, take a walk. But you see the one that they will blow your eye. The man can just come one day, what did you do? Bing, bing. What did you do? Bing, bing. You know, why did you take this one here? He starts beating you. A lazy man will just start beating you because I heard of a story where a man was beating the wife because she wanted to go to church and she asked him for food. She had already eaten with the kids, obviously, because the man does not want to do anything. So she went out and gathered something, and just to ginger the guy, she made the food for she and the kids. She wanted to go to church, and the guy asked her, the money you want to go do offering, all those things, use it and make food for me. And before you knew, the guy picked up a knife. I'm here to talk to that lady and see, I'll find my time. I'm going to speak to that lady. It's just that when it comes to situations like that, I know they sabi talk. Before you know that, she carry her bag and leave the house. They'll say it's me. And when it comes to dealing with people that are overly religious, you need to tread carefully, because before you know, she will go back to the husband and that's it. But right now, it's something that needs to be addressed because more people are going to die. Just March here, there was a man that beat up his wife, his pregnant wife, and the wife died pregnant. She died and lost the child. By the time the news started unveiling, the guy actually had he has moved in with his side chick, and the side chick was pregnant. Now he killed his wife, he killed his unborn baby, but he's alive. His side chick is alive. The baby of the side chick is alive. Why don't you live with your life intact? I have stepped into a situation like that before. Until tomorrow, I am happy the lady left. I tell people, I am happy she left. She left with her life because she was literally with a monster. That one, she was hiding it. She wasn't telling anybody that he was beating her until he beat her to the point that he beat her with belt. He would tell her lie down and start beating her. Mama, don't beat my sister, I will come and beat you. It's too get for. See, don't beat my sister. And you people outside there that like saying don't touch my children, you better train your sons. Train your sons, because if you train monsters and put them out there, and somebody, one of your monsters that you have grown, touches somebody that I know, I'm not even talking about in fact, touches my own child. See, I will bring Isi Alangwa on you. I will press you. I don't mind you. we'll go Baba this one on you. Baba this one is one man that I know in my area that used to beat his wife, and the siblings of his wife one day came, 4 men, they came, brought him outside and they flogged him. I will go worse than Baba Deswa. You see all the OPC people that I know, all the Agbe people that I know that I used to tip in every area that I live, and bringing them to your doorstep. See, just at the end of, just leave, just to avoid, do you know me, and women, just train your children, train your children to know when to walk away, and train your female child, to know when to walk out of a relationship, and train your male children. Train your male children. The irony of this thing is the way Nigeria is structured, what we were taught, how we grew. They make you concentrate so much on the female child. Please, what's the worst that can happen with a female child? Let's talk. What's the worst? She's going to grow up and they will call her a prostitute. Or she's going to become an actual prostitute. Abina. I really sometimes I really want to I want to know what's the worst that your female child can become. She doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to keep a home. I think that's the worst. And they make you feel like, the female child, you need to meet her a virgin. She doesn't know. You know, everybody's concentrating on training the female child. And the male are going astray. They are training rapists. They are training woman beaters. They are training killers. They are training kidnappers. They are training monsters. Your male child that you're neglecting today is going to turn out to be that man tomorrow that is going to come and disturb the society. You don't want to train the male child. You want to keep training the female children. Don't worry. Continue training the female children. Those male that don't train, that are not trained, you still come and partner with the ones that you already trained. Don't train your male children. Concentrate on the female children. You have a lot of people like you out there too that don't want to train their male child. Don't worry, their own male child that are not trained just like yours are going to come out there and come and marry the female child that you trained. You can't even beat somebody that I know. Is that bad? You cannot beat somebody that I know. You cannot beat somebody that I know. We are going to show ourselves Lagos. You can't be somebody that I know, not talk of me. Not try it, don't even try it. As I'm here now, somebody will say, he beat my sister. Just carry your bag, You have a space in Kiriki. And before the Kiriki would have gone Papa this one on you first. Before we will start talking about what you did, how you did it. You know? Literally, basically, just take your bag and run. I just wish one day I would be able to call this lady who was bold enough to leave this situation and you see her. I still have the before picture of when she was with this monster, and now not only does she have a good job, she's doing very well for herself. Oh, she's doing very well. This guy was beating her. Oh no, I don't want to. That's a story for another day. Honestly, it's a story for another day. Let's just stick to this part where I'm asking you now that if you're in a domestic violence situation, just see, first excuse yourself first from there. First come out. Before we start talking about whether you want to divorce him or you want to separate yourself. At least if your Bible did not say divorce, your Bible says separate. The Bible was very clear about it, because some people, they will take it to the Bible. The Bible is not in support of divorce, but the Bible asks you to separate from a man. You can easily take a walk, separate from him first. Separate yourself first before we start talking about just come off for the situation. Just come off first, live her life. It's not that deep. Everything is not about marriage. In fact, not be everybody go marry at the end of the day. Some people are single and doing very well for themselves. Look at a celebrity like Iyabojo. She trained her kids as a single mother. Not everybody is supposed to be under a man. Not everybody is supposed to be married. If you're married and it's not working, take a walk. Sometimes the relationship is even better from a distance, because trust me, marriage is quite hard, but it's harder with an abuser. The marriage on its own is hard, but it's harder with somebody that will not just abuse you mentally, it will not abuse you physically. You see, I don't know, we can't say it enough, but I think the secular people are okay. At least some people will come and pretend like, okay, they understand what you're saying. They will even come online and say, take a walk. They themselves, they are in such situation. But the ones that don't even want to hear about it at all is this religion sect. When you come out, you are scared of what people will say. Most times it's not even what people will say about you. It's what people will say about the man. You know, you have so praised him out there. You've made people believe he's your everything. What's going to happen? You're so concerned about what people will say. Look at this woman, she left her marriage. Nothing is going to happen. See, if you leave, nothing is going to. I've seen it play out firsthand. I'm not even going to lie. If you see this lady I'm talking about now, I'm sure even if the said husband see her now, he can't stand her. They can't even talk. They are not in the same category anymore. Levels, you know. Like this. There's levels now. So anybody that wants to talk about you left your marriage, that's the person's business. But you left her life. That's what's more important. I'll end this video here. I think it has gone longer than I wanted it to go. I'll end this video here, and we won't stop talking about it. When more people start speaking about it, especially people that trust their pastors so much, and the pastors, their imams, their alfas, that trust them so much, by the time they start talking about it, people will understand that divorce is not a disease. It's okay for you to take a walk. It's okay for you to leave a situation that is toxic. So basically, just find your way, find yourself, pack your bags and baggages, and leave. And I'm assuring you're going to be just fine. Just leave when you're alive, before they take you out of that house in your body bag. In a body bag, sorry. I think I've spoken for too long. My name is Precious, and I will see you in my next video.